And you being a cursing hypocrite once, you must be looked to.
What's this? 2 of my brother's men bound? Ratio 1.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offenses have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Secondarily, they are slandered. Moreover, they have verified unjust things. Sixth, and lastly, they have belied a lady. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I ask thee what's their offense. Thirdly, I ask thee what they have done. Sixth and lastly, what they are committed for, and to conclude, what you lay to their charge.
Rightly reasoned, and in his own division, and by my troth there's one meaning well suited.
Masters, who have you offended that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What is your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? I have deceived you in your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to Conrad how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady Hero, how you were brought into the orchard to see me court Margaret in Hero's garments, how you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame, and briefly I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs this speech not like iron through your veins?
I've drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
But has my brother set thee onto this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed in treachery, and he has fled from this villainy.
Oh, sweet Hero. Now thou image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, bring away the plaintiff. By this time our sexton hath reformed Leonato of the matter. And masters, remember to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Oh, here comes Master Senor Leonato, and the sexton too.
Where is the villain? Let me look on his eyes, and if I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
You know you're wrong, girl. Look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hath killed mine innocent child?
Even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou dost belie thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men, and a third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself, impose to me what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul nor I. And yet to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight he would enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people here in Messina how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught at sad adventure, hang an epitaph on her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a child that's almost the copy of my daughter that's dead. Give her the rights you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overt highness doth wring tears for me. I do embrace your offer and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow morning I will expect you then. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty fellow shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe is packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew she not what she did when she spoke to me, but hath always been just and virtuous in everything I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, though it not be under black and white, this plaintiff here did call me ass. I pray you, examine him upon that point.
I thank thee for the honest care and pains.
Thy worship speaks like a most reverend and yet thankful youth.
There's for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go! I discharge thee of thy prisoners, and I thank thee.
I leave in thy worship an errant knave in thy worship. Which I trust thy worship to correct thyself, and for the example of others. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring in these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret how our acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
Brandy, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve me well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet and praise me of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it. For, in most comely truth, thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me. Shall I always keep below the stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as a greyhound's mouth. It catches.
And yours as blunt as a venter's foils, which hit but hurt not.
A most manly wit, Margaret. It will not hurt a woman. And so, I pray thee, call Beatrice. I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords, we have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you must put them in the pipes with the vice, as they are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I'll call Beatrice unto you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come the God of love that sits above and knows me and knows me, how careful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving, Leandra's a good swimmer. Shoreless, the first employer of Pandours, and a whole bookful of these quantum carpet managers, whose names yet run smoothly an even road for blank verse. Why, they were never so turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme for scorn, horn. A hard rhyme for school, fool. And a babbling rhyme, very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Huh. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, but stay till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is knowing what has passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words. Thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the word out of his right sense. So forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge. And either I must shortly hear from him, or else describe him a coward. And I pray thee, tell me, for which my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
Or them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will allow no good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart, if you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours. For I will never love that which my friend hates.
An old instance, Beatrice, that lived in the line of good neighbors. If a man do not erect his own tomb ere he dies, he shall live in monuments no longer that the bell rings and the widow weeps.
And how long is that, think you?
Question. Why, an hour in clamor and a quarter in room. Therefore is most expedient wise. If Don Worm, his conscience, find no impediment to the contrary, then he shall bear the trumpet of his own virtue, as I am to myself. So much for praising myself, who I myself will bear witness, is praiseworthy. Now, tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
serve God, loved me, and meant. And now I must leave you too, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle's, yonder's old coil at home. It is proved that my lady hero hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all. Will you come presently?
Will you hear this news, Signor?
I will live and die in thy lap, and be forever buried in thine eyes. And furthermore, I'll go with thee to thy uncle's.
Done to death with slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death and guerdon of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising her when I'm dumb. Now unto thy bones good night, yearly I will do this right.
Look, gentle day before the wheels of Phoebus round about dapples the drowsy east with spots of grey. Come, let us hence and put on other weeds, and then to Leonato's we will go.
And Hymen now with luckier issues speeds than for whom we rendered up this woe.